we're back. This is the Pat Sheranian Show, and we're starting a whole new hour. Thank you for being with us on pat.utahvalleylive.com and also on KHQN 1480 AM on your radio dial. I got a couple of good old boys with me, and we're going to get right down to what they do pretty quickly because I have seen their ads several times. It turns out that I actually have talked about them some weeks ago when we were looking at a great new newspaper that we have here called Tidbits. So on my right is Les Hartzog.
Correct.
Oh, boy, I got that right. I am so not good with names. And Ben Sanchez.
Correct.
And you guys are doing something fun, or you wouldn't be doing it because you both look like you're fun people, or you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Am I on there?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
correct.
Okay. We need to get you into this microphone. There you go. That's better. Okay. So I want them to tell you what they're doing because they've created something new in Utah County. And if you're watching us in South Africa or in Japan, this may only appeal to you when you come through town, but we're going to find out. They're located out in Pleasant Grove. I know that. So let's start out by giving the name of your business and a phone number.
It's Innovative Auctions of Utah.
Innovative Auctions
of Utah.
Now, that intrigued me when I saw it because I know about auctioning cars. But then I saw the word anything underneath it, and I thought...
Almost anything.
Almost
people,
anything.
dogs, cats, what are we talking about here? And so I wanted to find out what you're doing. And they had a minute and a half notice to come on the air with me. And so this is all brand new to these guys, and we appreciate them coming on. Within the Sheranian Broadcasting communications company, we've had some hosts that have changed their time around, and so we're still in the process of changing and moving people around, and therefore I'm back on the air, which makes me very happy to be back on. And if I'm ever in a dark place and need bodyguards, I'm calling these two guys and having them come with me because they can take care of it. So let's get some history on both of you because I like to do that. So Les, you're the big dog here, so let's talk about you. Where were you raised and how come?
I was actually raised in Sacramento, California. My dad was in the military, so I was actually born on Beale Air Force Base. I lived there till I was about 14, I guess. And then we moved out here when I was 14, 15. I lived here my whole life, basically. I went in the military myself when I was 17. I stayed in the military till 1993 or 4, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, I went over to I was in the Persian Gulf, the original Gulf War.
Wow.
The one that started 20 years ago and is still going on, but different
And
subject.
on.
Anyways.
We're not going to politics,
Yeah, anyways.
right? Okay.
So I worked for a local concrete company for about 15 years and started having issues from the Gulf and had to get out of that. And
Was that the orange factor that came in?
yeah, they like to call it the Gulf War syndrome, but we call it BS and long story politics. Anyways, so I had to get out of the concrete business, and a friend of mine at Crest Financial happened to own a whole bunch of cars that they'd repossessed, and he said, "Hey, why don't you sell some of these cars for me in your spare time?" So we actually knew of a local auction house in Salt Lake. Took a few cars there. They sold pretty easily, and one day he invited me to lunch and said, "Why are we paying this guy to sell them? Why don't you sell them? Let's set you up with an auction house." So basically over a lunch at a local restaurant, we opened an auction house.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Right.
No experience, never done it before, and just learned as we went.
All right, now let's have an address because you're out on, is it University Avenue?
No,
or,
we're on
State Street going that way?
We're right on the corner of State and Geneva Road in Pleasant Grove.
Oh,
Right on the corner.
That's a big corner.
Right across the street from Purple Turtle. Everybody
knows where the Purple Turtle is. Well, I know right where you guys were because I used to go out and pick up pizza at Wise Guys.
Yep.
They were across the street, I think, at that time.
Yeah, we tell everybody where we're at, and they don't know, so we say Purple Turtle, and they say, "Oh, we know where you're at."
It's a landmark. So if you live other than in Utah County, you probably never heard of the Purple Turtle, but if you're here, you definitely know where it is. Well, now let's hold that for a minute and talk about you. Where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Utah.
Okay.
Yeah, been in Utah all my life. Haven't left Utah. Probably never
Where'd
will.
you go to school?
I went to several schools. Started out in North Salt Lake, elementary, Rose Park.
Okay.
Then went from Rose Park to Northwest Junior High, and then from Northwest Junior High, we moved to Murray. And then
Okay.
I finished off school at Granite High.
So do you live down here now, or you travel back and forth from Salt Lake? Are you in Utah County?
I'm in Utah County. I'm in Eagle Mountain.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm in Eagle Mountain. And how me and Les met, he actually used to chase auctions like me. We'd go to auctions, and that's where I met Les. And once I found out he started his own auction house, I wouldn't say I partnered up with someone. I've been chasing auctions for a while. Storage units,
Really?
live auctions, estate
The
auctions.
closest I've come to that has been, I have a little company called Estate Sales Planning,
Yeah.
and that rolled out of me 20 years on another radio station, having a I Sell and Trade radio on Saturday mornings, and people had units that everybody'd left, and like these garage units, people auction that off, and we had people come on and talk about that kind of stuff. And so you bring things, you look for things like that.
Yeah, and we
then
or
you-
Les also deals with a lot of consigners that will bring him stuff.
Ah, okay. And so do you have relatives, parents, families down this way, or where are they?
No, my wife has family down in Oak City. All my family's actually my brothers and sisters live here, but all my other family's basically in Missouri.
Really?
So, yeah.
They've been hit by any of the bad times going on through that part of the country?
Yeah, not as bad as most. They live way out in the middle of nowhere. My aunt lives in a town population of 6 dirt roads.
Should we give a shout out? Come on, give the name of the town, because you're going to email this to her.
It's Harwood, Missouri.
Good. Heartwood, Missouri. Not even a stoplight.
Yeah, don't even try putting it in your GPS because you won't find it.
That's not even a wide place in the road.
Yeah, they have a post office that's a post office, a general store, a 7-Eleven, a gas station, and a local house. So
And that's it.
That's the
So
one
don't
building.
blink when you're going through.
Yeah, that's the one building. So,
That is funny. Well, all right, we give a shout out there. You still got family in Sacramento area?
I don't. We all moved up here, and the only people that really left is my dad, my aunt, and my mom and my brother
Any
and sister.
family in the business with you?
My brother works for me, actually.
Oh, good. Well, shout out to your bro.
Yeah, he's actually been with us since day one, and we got Ben actually on the prison release program. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I knew we would not get through this program without one of you becoming a smart mouth before it was
Yeah,
over.
that'd be Les.
Okay, well, all right. Well, I got that on the telephone, and he was sounding so serious. I thought, I don't believe it.
Actually, Ben actually saved our hide because Sarah and I got into this thinking, how hard could it be to do an auction? Throw a list together, sell some stuff, move on.
Come back to the mic.
It's actually a little harder than you think. It's a lot more work than you think.
That's really one reason I wanted you to come, because even having a yard sale, you have to put a lot of preparation in it. You have to worry about prices. Are you going to? And then I paid $500 for this, and it's only going to cost you $100. So it's emotional.
Yes, it is.
Correct.
Selling things way under market is emotional. Auction is more so because you put a price you think you're going to get in your mind, then it may not get there. But one of the things I'm interested in is, are you out looking for things and people are bringing things to you? And how do they get hold of you if somebody has something they want to come and find you? Do you have a phone number they can call?
Yeah, they can call me at 801-910-8384. And our big thing is we'll sell anything. We don't care what it is as long as it's legal.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you added that.
We've sold some different and weird stuff. I think last auction we had an alligator head that was pretty cool.
Oh, please.
Yeah, we had. We've done everything from alligator heads to cars to anything in between you can think of.
Well, I'm kind of envisioning where you are, and I'm going to give this phone number again, 801-910-8384. 910-8384. Now, that'll get them to somebody that will tell them, yes, we'll take that.
That'll
or
get
no,
them to
we
me.
won't. That'll come to you.
Yep, I answer all the
Okay,
calls.
again, this is Les Hartzog. And we're looking, see that camera right above that monitor right there? That's what we're looking at.
Okay.
It's right above it, the little one. And so, let people see your honest face, and they know that they're doing, that you're going to do the best you can do. So I want to get down to the roots of this thing, because I want to know what kind of money you make, and if you're auctioning for me, how much money I can make.
Well,
Or do you buy the products? And
actually, what we do is you actually said a key statement a minute ago. You said it's an emotional attachment. The biggest hurdle we have to overcome with people is their emotional attachment to stuff. They'll bring something to us that was grandma's table that, they've seen it for 50 years in the house and it's worth $20,000 to them. But to the general public, it's worth $100.
Right.
So that's the biggest hurdle you have to overcome is say, I understand it's an emotional attachment. And we're pretty honest with people. We'll tell them maybe it's better for you just keep it because of the sentimental reasons. Because this is
Well,
what
if they're
it's.
standing there crying in front of you and mopping tears. I've seen that. I've seen it at yard sales.
No,
right?
it happens a lot.
Yeah.
So we would rather just be honest with them and say, look, this is what we really think it's going to sell for. So why don't you go home and think about it for a day or two? We have an auction every week. Nothing's going to change. We'll put it in next week for you. We honestly would rather buy the stuff outright. I would rather me take the gamble than have you take the gamble.
And it works both ways.
It works
Sometimes
both
you
ways,
make it and
exactly.
sometimes you don't.
Exactly.
No, okay. I am looking for an oval table, like maybe an oak, with a center post under it to use here. This would be, it's an oblong kind of table, not round.
Right.
And this, can you see how much better a center post
Yes.
would work for this?
Yes.
So now that you guys have seen this, would you please find me a table for $50 that is worth about $500? And
We'll find you.
As sad as it sounds, we just sold one at our auction 2 auctions
tell me
ago.
that.
We did. We did.
since day one, we have been trying to figure out how to do something a little bit different. We do have another studio where we can get 4 or 5 people around a table, but this is a smaller studio, so it can't be too much. It can go maybe 6 feet, okay? But it wouldn't be as wide, maybe, and it would have more people. We can get more people along here. And so I'm looking for that, and we're all straddling posts and things, so I'd like to get rid of that. So there's your first one. Now, what can I sell you? Tell me some of the things that perhaps our listening public might have that they can bring to your address, which is actually the real address is
26 East State Road in Pleasant Grove.
26 East State Road in Pleasant Grove, okay?
Right across the street from Purple Turtle.
And that is a big intersection, so it's
It
not
is.
something you're going to run across the street. You want to drive it. So if you're coming from the south and you come to that intersection at the light, you're going to make a left turn.
You make a left turn, and then my driveway's right there. Just make a left. You're right there.
Okay, so are you fenced?
We are not.
You're just open and it's out there.
We're open. Actually, there's a second half to our business. We, Crest Financial, the cars that we started auctioning off for them, I didn't know it at the time, but they had a lot of cars that they had to sell. So the second part is we actually sell repossessed cars that Monday through Saturday. So we're a little bit different than most auctions in Utah. So we're basically open Monday through Saturday. You can come into my showroom any day of the week and buy any item that's going to be in my auction. If we have it on consignment, the consignor tells us what they want to get out of it. Say it's this table and the consignor says, I just want $30 for it.
Okay.
So if we have a customer come in and say, hey, I'm looking for a table, when's this was going to be auctioned off? We'll tell them, well, this Saturday it's going to be an auction, or you can just buy it right now for $30.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, it's a great deal. So they can either buy it for $30 or they can take the chance and come to the auction and try to get it for cheaper.
I'm going to go back to the cars. Now, wait, let me do this. Are you involved in all of this all along the way, or do you have a
Just the
specific...
auctions.
Just the auction?
Yes, correct.
So you're not on the showroom floor? You're only there the day they auction?
No, I
Actually,
help,
Ben's there
Oh, you
almost
help
every
us
day.
all.
I help set up.
Well, when you say auction, I envision someone going, Are we talking about that?
Well, we're a little bit different in that aspect, too. The other problem we have with auctions that we've been to is it's really hard to understand an auctioneer that talks really fast.
Did you understand what word I said?
Exactly.
And yet that was very professional. I know exactly what I said.
So
I don't.
When we started this, our whole plan was we wanted to make it a fun night for the family to bring their kids, the mom and dad to come, maybe buy a few things. The kids could buy a few things. So I actually call the auctions. I just talk like normal. I try to interact with the crowd. I try to joke with them. We give everybody free pizza and drinks at the auction. We want to make it fun. We want to make the family to be able to come. The kids can have some pizza
great.
while mom and dad buy some things that they
I think
need.
that's a good experience for kids.
That's a
particularly
great
teenagers.
experience.
They find out everything is not free. Okay.
Great experience.
And that's how I got involved with Les. Is I went to one of his first or second, third auctions, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. I brought my wife there.
I want to go.
You should
So
come.
are you
should
open
come.
tonight?
Our next auction is Saturday morning.
Saturday morning?
Yep.
Let's say that again. So Saturday morning.
Saturday
starting-
morning, the preview's at 9 and the auction starts at 10.
So you can come in, look around, get in mind what you want.
Yep.
Do people hold up cards
do.
and things? Good question. We just got this in our chat room. By the way, we have a chat room on pat.utahvalleylive.com, pat.utahvalleylive.com. So if you're near that, then send us back a message in the chat room. It's a private chat room. Does it cost anything to get into the auction?
Absolutely not. It's free to come in. The food is free. The pizza's free. The drinks are free.
The friendship's free.
The friendship's free.
The foolishness.
The reason we do it free is because you have to sit through a few of my jokes. So
That's what I just said. And the foolishness is free. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And so you're aboard for this stuff. So what don't you do?
I don't sell any cars.
Okay.
I work full time. I got a full time job.
Okay. So this
So-
is fun.
Oh, this is great. I
Okay.
enjoy doing it.
You want to
make a
tell us
little
what
extra
you do
money.
in real life?
I'm a painting contractor. ABEC painting.
As in housing?
As in
nice,
housing,
getting the
commercial.
free plug-in.
Yeah, I got to get that in.
Charge him. Charge him.
Yeah, ABEC painting. We do commercial and residential. A-BEC
Okay.
painting.
Outside, inside?
Outside, inside, yes.
And you know the difference in the kind of paint needed?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because I don't.
Yeah, 25 years I've been doing this.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. And you just come have fun with this guy?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we have a blast. We enjoy it.
Okay, where are you located? ABEC.
Oh, ABEC. It's 11679 South,
11679
9 South,
South.
Jordan Air Drive,
Where's that?
South Jordan, Utah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. South Jordan. Okay, so you come down to the Pleasant Grove area
Oh, yeah.
on Saturdays. Well, let's go back to the cars. Thank
Okay.
you.
Hey, not a problem.
That was fun. We'll only charge you triple.
Okay, right on.
No, that's
He'll bill
kind.
me.
Yeah, don't worry, he'll pay for it.
No, I think that's great. We like to help everybody. You know, we are about Utah. We're specifically about Utah County,
Right on.
but we'll listen to you too. We need to take a quick little break here, and we'll be back in about 2 minutes, so don't go away because I'm going to talk about cars because somebody in your family needs a car, a repossessed car. We're going to talk about what types of cars those are, how old they are, and what condition they're in. So don't go away. Stay with us. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Thanks for listening to our broadcast. Please do us a favor and take a moment to call, text, or email your friends and family and let them know about this show. We're live on this radio station, KHQN AM 1480, and on UtahValleyLive.com, where this show will be archived for later viewing. Also, Utah Valley Live is seeking additional programming for our growing network, talk shows about religion or politics, how-to shows, and more. Go to UtahValleyLive.com and send us your contact information and the type of show you would like to broadcast.
Hi, I'm Roger Strong. I'm here to tell you about tidbits of Utah County. No death, divorce, devastation, or destruction, just good news for good people. You'll find us everywhere in Utah Valley, in doctors' offices, restaurants, mechanic shops, anywhere that people wait. We have over 35 features of fun, family-friendly entertainment. To find a paper or to advertise, call Roger at 801-616-6288. Again, that's Roger at 801-616-6288. We're Tidbits of Utah County, the happy paper for Happy Valley.
A new radio show is opening up each Wednesday at 12 noon on KHQN 1480 AM. It's called the Home Business Finance Show with me, Lawrence Law. We will discuss home and business strategies to increase credit scores, get out of debt, make more money, and save more for your future. When it comes to money, knowledge is power. And we are going to share some very powerful secrets with you. Join us each Wednesday at 12 noon on KHQN 1480. Also check us out at lawrence.utahvalleylive.com. See you there.
Moving? LDSagents.com is a free nationwide service connecting you with over 3,000 real estate agents who understand questions about meeting house locations, ward boundaries, early morning seminary, and family neighborhoods. Buy, sell, or finance with an agent who understands you. LDSagents.com.
Are you an athlete looking for a natural boost to your workout? Have you studied up on the benefits of nitric oxide production to your performance? Then you'll want to try Kyani's Nitro Extreme. Nitro Extreme promotes cardiovascular health and improved blood flow, supports muscle contraction and relaxation, as well as nerve transmission. I use Nitro Extreme right before I lift weights, and I've never been stronger in my entire life. If you don't try Nitro Extreme, you'll never know what you're missing. Call 801-362-9552 to order yours today. That's 801-362-9552.
This is Pat Sheranian, and we are back. These guys are crazy fun. If you're not doing anything else, you want to be Saturday morning out in Pleasant Grove at the corner of State and Geneva Road, at their auction, and the company is called
Innovative Auctions of Utah.
Innovative Auctions of Utah. And we're going to talk about cars, and then we're going to go to some of the other items that you have. But I want to talk about repossessed cars, because if a person gets where they can't pay for their car, sometimes it's like when you're renting an apartment and all goes bad, you just trash it and that's the end of it, because they don't care. So talk to me about the kind of cars that come in to you and what condition they're in before do you do anything to them, or is it all as is?
No, actually, we're a little bit different in that aspect also. My partner in the cars, Crest, they're a little bit different because they're the finance company. So there's not a lot of value in them financing somebody in a car that we know is not going to last more than the term of the contract. So they're a little bit different, and we send them to an independent mechanic. We have them gone through, safety and emissions done. We find out what needs fixed. And before we do anything, we determine whether it's worth fixing the car and reselling it or just basically running it to scrap. So anything that's fixed that they finance, it's fixed with everything that we know wrong with it is fixed and done. Because there's just no value. If other car places would figure this out, if I sell you a car and it breaks down in a month, I'm probably going to never see a dime from you.
Of course.
However, if I fix the car and it runs good and you're happy with it, you're probably going to pay every payment to me. That's the only way it works.
And
that
is the ethical way to do it, for crying out loud.
It's the only way it works. So, like, for cars that we get, it's a huge range. Right now, we have everything from a 98 Honda Civic.
I'm taking notes here, so what have you got?
Well, I have everything from a 98 Civic to a 03 Mercedes E320, which we drove down here today.
Let's go back, and what would be a nice car for a student?
Probably my Honda Civic. I have a Chevy Cavalier. I have a
Give me
Ford
some
Taurus.
prices.
My 98 Honda Civic, it's just had everything done to it needs done, and it's probably a $29.95 car.
Okay. And what would be a student who's a first-time driver? And I asked that because I had 5 children within less than 5 years. They were close together, 4 children within 4 years, and then I had one later. But they were all driving at one time in high school at the same time. And I was raised in South Carolina, which is not a secret to anybody that's ever heard me for 5 minutes. And my grandmother was rolling over because I came home one day in Newport Beach, and they had their cars on the front lawn changing the oil. I nearly had a heart attack. All my relatives in the South rolled over on that one. But it was expensive. And I started with old station wagons. So if they hit something, they were the hittee, not the hit-head.
Right.
Okay. But they didn't cost very much either, and they drove them for a couple of years, and then that was kind of the end of it.
Right.
They were ready to move on to something else. So do you handle cars like that? Do you just take everything that comes in that you can put together and meet the criteria you mentioned?
Well, we do. There's a second part to it. We get people that'll trade in cars all the time. We've had probably 6 or 7 cars traded in the last month or two. And with those cars, we basically we'll pick an auction and we'll sell them at the auction. Our auction that was 2 Saturdays ago, I happened to be in Vegas on a business trip with my wife. Ben and my brother ran that auction. We sold an 05 Ford, I think, and a Buick Regal and a 01 something or other. I can't remember what it was.
So you're really moving stuff.
Yeah, the 05 Ford, it sold for what, $4,000 at the auction bin, and we actually sold it. We don't buy our stuff back. We actually sold the truck. Somebody got a great deal. He bought a 2005 Ford F-150.
So a lot of it's timing.
A lot of it's timing, and a lot of it is we're not emotionally attached to anything. It doesn't make any money sitting on my shelf.
That's true. So how many, just over a month, what would be a good average figure of cars that you're moving through your auction? Trucks, cars,
It probably, 8 to 10 a month through the auction.
It sounds like if you can do that on a Saturday, then you're moving 8 to 10.
Yeah, it just varies. A lot of it also depends on...
If I'd known that ahead of time, I'd charge you more.
It's just a lot of factors that go into it. We've kind of done a lot. Like our Saturday auction is a lot of coins and currency. The market's really good on coins and currency right now. I know silver's been fluctuating a lot. So it's really a buyer's market right now.
So when you say coins, you don't mean gold jewelry and all of that. You mean
we do that too, but Saturday's this Saturday especially is a lot of graded silver coins and some gold coins, some currency. Anybody can go to an auction and buy a Morgan silver dollar. We want the stuff like the Hawaii War notes, the horse blanket notes, the
Okay.
Martha Washington notes, the stuff that you're only going to get if you go to eBay. That's the kind of stuff we
I have
want.
two Indian head nickels. Unfortunately, the dates are gone.
Ben's the coin guy. He can tell you about those.
Yeah, usually the dates are gone on
The
those
dates are
coins.
gone, and
Yeah.
I looked it up online. They're not worth anything.
That's probably one of the coins that loses their date first. I don't know why. Most of those coins you usually
They're gone.
lose. Oh, yeah.
I have some large silver dollars that are heavy, but according to online, they're not really silver. There are several other things mixed with it, but they're the really
Yeah,
large.
probably clad.
Yeah. And then I have some half dollars, 50-cent pieces.
Yeah, it depends on the year.
Shall I bring them in?
Oh, if you want.
We'll take a look. Okay.
Bring them in. We'll
Right
look at
on.
them.
All right, so now we're talking about cars, and you're moving those through, and it sounds like, do you ever have something like a kid can have for like $500, $700 that's
We
still
do.
running?
We do. Actually, our last auction, we sold a 99 Buick, I think it was. It only had 100,000 miles on it. And it sold for what, $600, Ben?
Yeah, six.
Oh,
yeah,
my gosh, I've got grandchildren that would have loved that.
And then I think 2 auctions prior to that, we sold a 2001 Honda Accord, if I remember right, and a Cavalier. They sold for $1,200, $1,300.
Really?
Yeah, whatever they
In
sell
pretty
for,
good
we sell them.
shape?
Yeah.
They look pretty good.
If they don't run and drive, we
I'm
don't
not
sell
going
them.
to do it. I love that.
We just don't.
I'm speaking with Les Hartzog, our gentleman over here with the fast mouth on him, and Ben Sanchez,
The quiet one.
who's trying to be totally regal about it all. And it sounds like a good combination to me. But I think Saturday sounds like a blast out there. But you're open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and also all day or night or
Yeah,
what?
we're open on 11 to 7, Monday through Saturday, for car sales and for auction pre-sales.
11 to 7 on Saturday, so I shouldn't
Yep.
come out at 8 in the morning.
Well, Saturday on auction days is different. We'll be open at 9 a.m. for previews.
Okay.
And then the auction starts at 10.
Okay, you told me that. But otherwise, if you're not having an auction, you don't open till 11.
Correct.
Okay. So you don't have auctions every Saturday. So how?
Every other Saturday.
Every other Saturday. This is an on Saturday.
Correct.
Yes, coming up.
Correct.
Okay, so what is this date? This is going to be like the 10th?
The 10th.
10th, Saturday the 10th.
So then St. Pat's Day on the 17th, you won't be auctioning.
We will not be having an auction.
Okay, but the next Saturday.
The next Saturday we
Okay,
will.
good. And you never know what you're going to be doing, really, because the cars
We
come
have
and the
no
cars
idea.
go.
We have no idea. We have an auction every Tuesday night. That's just
Okay.
our normal Tuesday night auction. That's when we have all the household items and the couches and the coffee pots.
table I'm looking for.
Yeah, and the tables and
Yeah.
the glassware. And they say a normal auction, but we actually had Kincaid art in the one last Tuesday
You
night.
did?
Oh, we
Yes.
did.
What did you sell it for?
It was Kincaid Disney pictures, and I think they sold for what, $10 a picture?
No way.
Yeah,
$10 to $15.
yeah.
They they were prints, though, right?
Prints, correct.
Prints,
Okay,
but they were all
tell me.
framed nice and all that. But
Oh,
we
yeah.
actually sold 2 Kincaid oil paintings
Yes.
No
at our
way.
last Saturday auction for $20 each.
Yes.
Okay, guys, if you're not going, get your shoes on, pack up, and come to Utah and get out in Utah County because they've got a thing going out here at Innovative Auctions of Utah, right?
Correct.
The phone number to get hold of our good man Les here is 801-910-8384, 910-8384, and they're located, which doesn't mean anything because you won't see it until you're on top of it. It's 26 East State Road, right?
Correct.
State Road in Pleasant Grove. Now, the way that we all know where it is they're across the street from the kind of going southwest from the Purple Turtle in Pleasant Grove. Okay, please mention again when the auctions are. Okay, let's do that. So they're on Tuesday night and
Yeah, we have
every Tuesday?
Every Tuesday night. The preview starts at 6 and the auction starts at 6:30, and then every other Saturday. So this Saturday is an auction. So 2 Saturdays from now will be our next
Okay.
Saturday auction.
And so but Tuesday night, every night.
Every Tuesday night,
Every
correct.
Tuesday night. What are you doing on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday?
Trying to get stuff for Tuesday's auction.
Setting up for Tuesday.
Touche.
But I have to tell you a funny story about those Kincaids. I have a really good customer. He's a loyal customer. Came in and saw the Kincaids. They drove down from Ogden, looked at the Kincaids, and they made an offer of $200 on the paintings before I put them into the auction. The Kincaids were mine, and I got a little ahead of myself and said, no, I don't want to sell them. I'll take the gamble if you do. Let's run them through the auction. I think they'll bring $200 a piece, which is what they should bring.
Right.
So my customer says, no, it's fair enough. Because I usually will sell stuff ahead of time, but this is a friend of mine,
Right.
and he's a gambling man too. He said, all right, let's run them through the auction. After the auction, he came up to me and he said, man, I'm so glad I did not buy those before the auction. You saved me $180 a picture.
Oh, he didn't say that.
Yeah, and to add insult to injury, he had a buyer
guy.
for $300 a picture that met him at the auction, paid him for them, and took them.
You should not have ever put those in an auction.
No, and we actually had that happen on another coin we sold. We had what was that coin? Oh, it was a dollar bill, I think, that we sold. It sold for $200 at the auction. The buyer is in the auction buying stuff from us, calls his friend and says, hey, I found that bill you wanted. I'll sell it to you for $500. His friend meets him there. They walk out in the hallway. He pays for the dollar to me, sells it to his friend for $500, walks right back in and spends the $500 he just made on more stuff. Which was a win-win for us.
That's called wheeling and dealing. I don't care where you live or what you're doing.
It is.
wheeling
You know,
and
people
dealing.
want to go to auctions and get good deals, and we got a lot of people that resell.
We do.
Absolutely. I'm really now. I'm going to drive out there and see what you've got. Can I get in any day of the week and
You
look
can
at
get in
everything?
any day of the week you want.
Definitely.
At 11.
11 o'clock
11 o'clock till 6.
till 7.
Till 7. Okay, 11 to 7 daily. You can go and look. Auction on Tuesday night. An auction on every other Saturday. This Saturday on, next Saturday off, and so
Correct.
forth. And do you go pick up merchandise? Does it have to be delivered
No,
to you?
we will go and look at stuff. If people have stuff they want to get rid of, they have a whole estate they want to sell. In fact, we just bought a warehouse last week. That's part of the stuff in Saturday.
Full of stuff.
Full of stuff. It was a complete warehouse. We bought the whole thing from them. We made an offer and bought it. And
This may be the most difficult show that I have ever done because I truly am a garage yard sale nut. And when the weather gets good enough, I'm out there. I have been recognized all over Utah County. If I open my mouth, I was 20 years on broadcasting on another station. And all I'd have to say is, how much is that? And they'd turn and say, Pat, and I have no makeup on. My hair's, scrawny. I'm in sweats and holes in my tennis shoes. And I don't want to be recognized, for goodness sakes, because I'm out here wheeling and dealing. I love yard sales. I love this kind of thing, and I love the people that come. And a lot of times it's a social thing. It's just fun.
that's what we try to make it. We try to make
It's
it
just a fun thing.
Yeah, a lot of our customers have gotten to know each other. They'll hang out before the auction. They'll look at things together. And the bad thing for us, but it's okay. They'll get together before the auction. We have a couple coin guys that are big on coins, and they'll
And they're
say,
making
"Hey,
deals with each other."
They'll say, "Hey, how high are you willing to go on this?" So I know if I want to bid on it. And we're okay with that because they're good customers. And
I used to do that.
Ben and I used to do it.
Definitely.
Ben and I would do it at auctions too.
I want to get a good deal. I guess I am still a reseller, but now I'm part of the auction, which I
think
enjoy
is
that
really-
a little more.
My biggest problem about coming out there is I get hooked.
Oh, you'll get
I
hooked.
get hooked.
You'll get hooked, hopefully.
Don't
You'll
say
get
that.
hooked. You'll get hooked.
Everything that I have practically in my home has come from an auction type situation. I'm going to say wheeling and dealing at least. I saw it somewhere and I wanted it. And so you start wheeling and dealing.
Oh, yeah.
Everything you see and hear, all the props and everything, it all came from me going to a yard sale or a little, what is the one out on the State Street on the way down to Springville? He calls it, there's another one called Junk in My Trunk, and there's one
Yes.
out there called Pack Rats.
Pack rats. Correct.
Pack Rats, and I spent my months out there furnishing this place, and then we grew out of our reception area, and we have our control room out there now. So, but I love this. I love the people. Everybody's looking for a deal.
Yeah.
Actually,
And
junk
occasionally you find one.
in my trunk. Tina is a good customer of ours. We
Is
love
she?
Tina. She's there almost every auction.
I called the other day, and she's closed her shop down temporarily.
Oh, she has?
Oh, yeah. She went on a vacation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
that's right,
gone.
that's
So
right.
she closed
Hawaii.
her.
Yeah.
And,
her and her daughter, I think.
Somebody has to go to Hawaii. My goodness, the middle of winter in Utah. Okay, how too bad for that. Yeah, she's over on 3rd South, and I had her on the radio with me. She came on the radio and brought a lot of stuff. We put out all over the table.
We were going to do that today. We just didn't have time. We had
Well, no, I said I gave them a half an hour warning. That's about what it amounted to in business time. And so maybe you'll come back and work
Absolutely.
with us again.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about some of the other merchandise and how people can get it to you if they want to sell something and a little bit more about the bargaining and dealing that goes on. We're going to take a commercial break right now, and we'll be back with Les Hartzog and Ben Sanchez. And we're going to be talking some more about innovative auctions of Utah in Pleasant Grove and find some other things that they're going to be auctioning off. I'm already just drooling to go out and find cars for my grandchildren that need them right now. And also find a table, kind of an oblong with a center post. If you're looking to sell one, bring it to these guys. We'll make such a deal. I'll meet them in the parking lot first. No, I won't. I'll go through these guys. This is Pat Sheranian. We'll be back in just 2 minutes.
LDS members have unique questions when moving out of state. LDSagents.com has answers. Since 1999, LDSagents.com has been a free nationwide service connecting you with over 3,000 real estate agents who understand your needs. Tell your family members about LDSagents.com.
Hi, I'm Roger Strong. I'm here to tell you about Tidbits of Utah County. No death, divorce, devastation, or destruction, just good news for good people. You'll find us everywhere in Utah Valley, in doctors' offices, restaurants, mechanic shops, anywhere that people wait. We have over 35 features of fun, family-friendly entertainment. To find a paper or to advertise, call Roger at 801-616-6288. Again, that's Roger at 801-616-6288. We're Tidbits of Utah County, the happy paper for Happy Valley.
Are you looking to create another revenue stream in 2012? Are you willing to put out the effort to generate some cash flow? Pat Sheranian is seeking 10 motivated individuals to join her Kiani team as independent distributors. Earn as much as you are willing to work for selling Kiani Sunrise, Sunset, Nitro FX, and Nitro Extreme. These great products are helping thousands of people enjoy better health and an improved financial situation. The most successful Kiani independent distributors started by trying the Kiani products, just as you can, virtually risk-free, as Kiani offers a 30-day money-back satisfaction guarantee. Try them and don't like them, and you'll get your money back, less the shipping costs. So many people today are challenged by obesity and diabetes, or don't have enough money for their needs, and they aren't doing anything about it. Don't be one of them. Call Pat Sheranian at 801-362-9552 to find out more about Kiani and what it can do for your health and for your wealth. That's 801-362-9552.
Okay, we're back. If he says live, that means we're back, because we are alive. This is Pat Sheranian, and to my right is Les Hartzog, and to my left is Ben Sanchez. And these boys are running this innovative auction of Utah.
Correct.
Out in Pleasant Grove. And the phone number, if you'd like to get in touch with them, to have them come and pick something up. Now, if you live outside of Utah Valley too far, so if you're way out of state, they're probably not going to come and get it. But if you're close by, they'll come and pick it up or help you work out the deal. So here's the phone number. Write it down, 801-910-8384. 910-8384. We've been talking about cars. What's the hottest thing you've got on the lot?
Probably my 03 Mercedes C320.
That hurts. I heard emotion in that.
Because I'm driving it right now. I don't want to sell it.
See, like we said earlier in the show, these things are emotional. This guy doesn't want to give it up, but if you give him the right price, we just made a deal maybe on a 3-door old oak ice box that is, according to the plate underneath it, it's 115 years old. And so we're excited about maybe wheeling and dealing before we get out of here. Actually, I think it said 1915 on it. I'm not sure.
We'll be calling Mike. Come and pick it up.
Yes, which the people around here will be happy if somebody else lifts it down the stairs. Yeah. I promise you. He lifted it up by himself. So, all right. So let's see. Information can also be found on their website. There you go. Is that right?
That is correct. InnovativeAuctionsofUtah.com.
So do you show pictures on there? Are there pictures on there?
We try to, but a lot of times what will happen is
by the time the picture comes up,
the auction's on. Right, correct. Because we do them every week. So by the time we get everything, Ben can tell you our Tuesday night auction was actually ready to go about, 5:30, and it started at 6. Yeah. Because we had late arrival stuff that was at consigners that we just really wanted to get in an auction for them. Whenever we have someone consign stuff for them, we try to get their stuff in first and foremost because they consigned it either because they need the money, they've got a situation where they're only selling it because they need to.
Yeah.
So we try to get their stuff in right away, and that's happened Tuesday night. So we kind of were behind on Tuesday stuff, or it's just so cool we want it in that auction.
Okay, now we've talked about the hottest car. What's the next hottest car? Because that would sell for what? The 03 Mercedes, less than how many miles?
I don't know. I haven't even looked.
Okay, there's a good reason to call. Call Les at 910-8384. Upset him by buying his 03 Mercedes that he's driving currently. What else is out there that you think would be a hot item?
Probably.
Either one of you. What do you think's out there that's...
Probably
There's several hot items on that lot.
Probably the four-door GMC Sonoma.
Yes.
It's a little four-door GMC Sonoma. They're kind of hard to get right now.
Okay, here comes a female question. What color is it?
White.
That's good. You know, it's true. Somebody was trying to explain something electronically to me on with our board operators out here, and really and truly, hand me the keys. I do not care. If there's an engine under there and it runs great, but don't clutter me with the facts, for goodness sakes. And so, that's why I say women want to know, well, what color is it and does it run? So does this run and it's white, and what year is it?
It's a 2001, and it runs great. It's been through safety and emissions and all that.
And how much do you want? And that's
It's a 2001 GMC Sonoma, four-door, four-wheel drive, and we'd probably sell it for around $8,000.
aren't these good prices?
Yeah, the Mercedes we'd probably sell for around $13,000, and it's got a book of around $20,000.
Really?
Yeah. We're not
Well, you better
married to
keep
our
it.
cars. We're not married to our cars.
Okay, I take it back.
He might be married to the Mercedes.
He's trying to tell me he's not emotional, but I'm sitting right here next to him. He does not want to lose that car. But for the right price, everybody can be bought,
Yes.
almost.
So my wife's sitting at home listening right now, and it's a funny story. We got a 07 Honda Accord, and she's had to have this 07 Honda Accord. And I told her, I said, wait before we buy it because there might be a car that you just really want. Well, I used to be part owners in another dealership where this Mercedes was originally sold. My wife loved that car from day one, but I didn't want to buy it. Well, she buys this Honda last week. Last night I tell her, hey, I have to go pick up this Mercedes. So she's like, it better not be the white one. And I said, well, it's the white one. So now she's calling all of her family, you want to buy a 07 Honda Accord? Trying to sell her Honda to get the Mercedes.
To get the Mercedes. Well, I think this is fun. Okay, for again, a young married couple, what have you got out there? One baby, one on the way.
We're a little bit different in the other sense, too, is all of our cars, I don't care what it is, with the exception of the Mercedes and the Sonoma, they're all $299 down. That's all you pay me, $300. As long as you can show me you can make the payment, we'll sell the car. They're $299 down. Yes. We don't have hidden fees. We don't do any of that stuff.
Well, now, does this go through your finance company?
It does.
So they have to qualify for it. They have to show an income.
If they can breathe, they qualify.
Gosh, I'm there.
And they gotta have a job.
We're all going. We're having fun.
Gotta have a job.
If you've got a source of an income, it doesn't have to be a job. It has to be a source of an income. So say Ben's only job is he buys and still sells storage units, but he makes $5,000 a month on it. Of course, I'll finance him.
Okay, that makes sense.
Money's money. I don't care where it comes from, as long as it's legal.
Are you ever hiring people? Or you hire other people?
Well, my brother actually runs the place when I'm not there.
Let's give him a name.
Mike, my brother Mike.
Okay, Mike. Okay.
Everybody knows him as the biker guy with the long goatee.
All right.
We look a lot alike. He's probably, 4 inches shorter than me, 150 pounds lighter. He has a long goatee. About the only thing we have in common is we both have tattoos. That's about it.
Good grief. Okay. What else comes in? Because I do want to know about that. You've mentioned pots, pans, glassware, silver.
Oh, yeah. Lots of silver.
Lots of silverware.
Yes, lots of silver.
Beautiful.
I'm looking also for a trunk, a hope chest. A small hope chest, cedar lined. Lane used to be the wonderful product line. But I buy each of my granddaughters for their 16th birthday. They get a hope chest. Why do they get a hope chest, they want to know? Because I had a hope chest growing up in South Carolina, and everybody I ever knew had a hope chest, honey. And we put our silver pattern in it. By the time we were 12, we already knew what we wanted. And we had doilies made by our great-grandmother. and tablecloths have been passed generation, and blankets. That's why you have to have a hope chest. You hope you're going to get married and use all this stuff one day. And so that's what I give. So I'm looking for, I was getting them at R.C. Willey.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen any on the floor. And if they're there, they cost $1 gazillion now. So,
Yeah.
and they're not all wood. They're made of various assorted things. So if you run across a small hope chest, let me know.
Right on.
I've got a granddaughter coming up. She's turning 16 down in California, in the Diamond Bar area. Shout out to Anna Lees. Okay, what else comes in? Clothing?
We don't do
preview
any
the
clothing.
Pictures on KSL.
Yeah, we advertise our auctions on KSL under auctions. There's probably 2 pages of pictures right now that's
Yes.
going to be in Saturday's
So
auction.
how did they find it?
Just go on KSL.com and go under auctions.
Announcements, and then it has auctions
Yeah.
underneath it.
That's easy.
Yeah, and
Okay,
our ad's on there.
KSL.com.
Yeah,
Okay.
and our ad's on there.
Innovative Auctions of Utah.
Correct.
Okay, and we'll find you there. And so everything is previewed. We can see pretty
Yep.
much what's coming up.
Oh, one thing we forgot to mention, we actually give people money. We just randomly give money
I'm definitely
away.
going out to see these
He gives
fellows.
money away.
I'm going to be there Saturday. I don't know where you're going to
We-
be, but I'm going out to this
we-
auction on Saturday.
Our
I
first,
like giveaway money.
almost always our first item is $50 in cash. We'll just randomly pick a number and give somebody $50, and then at
Their
the
bidder
very
card
end,
number. Their
Yeah.
bidder card
Oh,
number.
we get a card.
you
get
get a bidder card
card,
number.
A
They'll
bidder
put
card.
everybody's.
So you really do this thing
Yeah.
like an
Yes,
auction.
yes.
You put it,
Yep.
and you run the bid up or not.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
And then the very last item always is a $100 cash giveaway. So we hope we make at least $150 that night, or we lost money.
Cover the giveaway.
Is this good entrepreneurial leadership? I'm not sure. That's called an exit strategy. Now you're leaving and going home because you have no money. Okay. Okay. So you don't do any clothing, no shoes, belts. How about buckles?
Oh, buckles.
buckles, yes.
Definitely.
Buckles, and we have a guy named Lloyd Dyson, and he works with hypnotherapy with people, and he has a bicycle with the great big front tire and the little tiny little one, and this is your consciousness, and this is your subconsciousness, and he has a belt buckle with this bike on it, this thing, and so I've seen the most unusual belt buckles, and they have enormous prices on them sometimes,
Oh, yes. Yeah.
handmade ones particularly.
Yep.
Craziness.
A lot of
So-
times it's because of the weight of the silver.
Yeah.
Oh,
A lot of the
okay,
time it's
yeah,
good.
it is. Some of them are really silver.
Yeah, most of them are still. Well, the ones that are handmade are usually silver.
Silver?
Yeah.
What else? Tell me a couple more things. Mirrors, furniture,
Oh yeah.
couches,
Oh yeah. We have Saturday. There's couches. There's
coffee tables, end tables,
coffee tables, end
lamps.
tables, lamps. A lot of the stuff that we have.
Beds?
Yeah, we actually have a queen size bed Saturday. And it's all new in the box. We bought a warehouse. Everything's brand new, not even opened.
Well, when you say warehouse, I went right to people that couldn't afford to stay in their apartments, their homes. Furniture's been confiscated. It's been stuck in a warehouse. That's not what you're talking about.
No, we're talking about
A business that's
a business that closed up. We bought them out, bought all their inventory.
So they had mattresses and they had
Correct.
beds and they had all this stuff, and it's
Correct.
brand new and it's still boxed.
Correct.
And you're not even going to take it out of the box. You're going to
Nope.
sell it in the box.
Well, sometimes we open the box so people can see what it is. Like we sold some Cuisinart and some Keurig coffee makers Tuesday night. I don't drink coffee. My wife does. She just happened to pay $169 2 weeks ago for a Keurig coffee pot. So I knew how much they were. We sold 2 of them Tuesday night, and they sold for what, $20, Ben?
$20.
Oh my goodness!
And the funny thing is, that person that bought them didn't even want them or need them. He just thought for $20, I can't not buy it. So he bought it and took it to his cabin, and he's just going to leave it there.
Oh my goodness! Well, so the prices are really amazing.
Oh yeah,
How about tires?
we've done tires and wheels.
Tires, motorcycles.
We have 2
Motorcycles.
motorcycles on Saturday.
Any
Yeah.
computers?
Knives, vintage knives.
We're getting a lot of questions in on our chat room, and this is a good one. Do you have any computers, and if so, how old are they? How new are they? Do you know anything about them? Other electronic stuff? Do you have microphones and lights? And
Yeah, we
Oh.
do you really?
we have an Asus
Because we
notepad.
went from one broadcasting booth room to 3. And so we suddenly need more lights and more stands and more computers because all of this takes, they're different rooms and we've got people broadcasting all over the place. So
Yeah, we sell stuff. We have an Asus notepad. There is a laptop over there. I haven't even opened the box. It's still sealed in the box. I don't know what it is. We'll look at it before Saturday.
Okay, I'm going to give out the phone number again because I can't dial while I'm on the air. So I'm going to call you up and see what that computer is all about as soon as you get where you're going. Back to 26 East State Road is that State Street crossing State Road? No, it's State Road crossing Geneva.
Geneva, correct.
Crossing Geneva. So it's Pleasant Grove, Pleasant Grove across the street from Purple Turtle. I tried to say that all in the same word. And so go see them. They've got an auction coming up on this Saturday, not next Saturday, every other Saturday. And then they have a Tuesday night blowout of an auction starting at 6. Well, things are to come see at 6. And then the auction starts at 6:30.
Correct.
Where do you serve the food and pizza and all of that?
We just basically you come in the building, you check in with my wife.
I mean,
she
you
gives
do that
a
every
card.
night or just
Oh,
on
yeah.
Saturday? Every night?
Yeah, every auction we have pizza and stuff. Saturday morning we'll have coffee,
So Tuesday
donuts,
night
and
you'll
stuff.
have all that
Oh,
going?
yeah.
Okay, so if you're hungry and have no place to go hang out.
Yeah, at least
Yeah,
come
come get some
eat.
pizza.
But you better leave your wallet in the car because I'm telling you, listening to these guys, you're not going to be able to resist the prices.
Yes.
While we're talking, I'm running through my household budget to see exactly what I can do. I've got to go look at the cars, so that's definitely. And then I have to go look and see what the tables look like. And do you have step ladders and tools and things
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that? Do
Oh,
you
yes.
really?
Yeah.
What
If
else?
we get enough tools, we'll just have a tool sale. If we get enough tools, but
I have learned over the years that men love to go to garage sales with their wives if they're tools.
Tools
and
correct.
books. How about books?
we try to get enough
We
for.
do books if they're older books, just stuff that you could go buy anywhere. We try not to do.
Well, I
Yeah.
understand that.
We like to do a lot of first edition rare books, which we've done, and they've done pretty well.
Handmade items,
Oh, yeah.
but not clothing.
Correct.
No clothing.
Artwork,
Artwork.
yeah.
Yeah.
Furniture.
Yeah, you're talking about the Kincaids, and I know in California what prices there are for prints
Oh, it's crazy.
and oil paintings. My goodness. Okay. Now, let me just give one last push here. If you have something that you would like to put on consignment, they give you a ticket. They take your price that you would like to have. It goes to auction. They try and get your price. And then if they can't, do you call and give them an opportunity to say yes or no somewhere along the line?
If it's a bigger ticket item, we'll say what we'll do is we'll stop the sale and say, okay, those sell pending. We'll talk to the consignor and see if you guys can come a little bit closer. We'll try to get the buyer to come up a little, the consignor to come down a little.
Okay.
Meet in the middle. If it's a $10 item and they want $15, we'll just sell it.
Your
usually.
prices are so good, I can't see how you're making money. As soon as we're off the air, I'm going to ask.
Volume.
I may be in the wrong
Yeah,
business.
volume.
We need to. All right, let's keep the volume going and drive the prices down, right? Down. Sorry, guys. I'm talking to the public out here. This has been a lot of fun, guys. Les Hartzik, thank you for being with us. Ben Sanchez,
Thank you. Thank you.
They together are working and own Innovative Auctions of Utah. And you want to be there on Saturday. This is going to be a crazy day from, Lebanon?
9 o'clock.
9, yeah, right, 9 o'clock, excuse me, 9 o'clock. Go out earlier. It'll be all gone by 11 o'clock. Go buy cars, go buy anything that comes to your mind. I think they've got it out there. Bring stuff. They'll sell that for you. You don't need to go hungry this week. They'll help you out. Have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow with some interesting people, so be with us. This is Pat Sheranian. Bye-bye.